Here's what's ahead on KRCG 13 live at 10.
Columbia has a new mayor on this election night. I'm Mark Slavitt. We'll tell you who he is.
Jefferson City Councilman Glenn Costalis wins a second term. I'm Garrett Bergquist. We have his reaction to tonight's vote.
And we have the results from races across mid-Missouri.
Clouds are still around and some rain showers entering northwest Missouri. We'll talk about the timing for your forecast coming up. KRCG 13 live at 10 starts right now.
Live from across mid-Missouri, this is KRCG 13 live at 10.
Good evening. Columbia tonight has a new mayor.
Brian Treese this evening was selected as mayor over Skip Walther by a margin of 773 votes out of more than 17,000 cast. KRCG 13's Mark Slavitt is live in downtown Columbia at the new mayor's victory party.
Mark, what's the reaction there?
We're here in downtown Columbia at the Broadway Brewery where Brian Treese is celebrating a victory. That's right, Brian Treese is the new mayor of Columbia. Treese defeated attorney Skip Walther tonight on election night. Treese will replace outgoing mayor Bob McDavid. Bob McDavid announced he was not seeking re-election, and with us now is the new mayor of Columbia, Brian Treese. And Brian, what goes through your mind on a night like tonight?
You know, it's overwhelming. We had 4 months of a good campaign. They say elections are the ultimate team sport. We had a great team put together, over 50 volunteers knocking on doors these last 2 weekends, and you know, it's really a victory for the entire city.
And what will be your first goal as the new mayor? Well,
I'm just ready to roll up my sleeves and get to work. You know, I think tonight's election was a referendum on whether we're going to invest in our neighborhoods and improve our infrastructure and really fully fund our first responders. That's a big challenge, and I think we're up to it, and I look forward to getting started.
And what would you like to say to the people of Columbia tonight?
I would just like to thank everybody, whether you voted for me or not. We're one city, and we have a lot of challenges right now, but we're going to address them head on, and let's ready to get started.
Maybe first to say, Mr. Mayor, good luck.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. And that was Brian Treese, the new mayor of Columbia. Reporting in downtown Columbia, Mark Slavitt, KRCG 13.
2 seats on the Columbia City Council were up for grabs tonight. In the 3rd Ward, incumbent Carl Scala held on to his seat against challenger Tom Luther.
In the 4th Ward, Ian Thomas kept his seat against Darrell Dudley. In Jefferson City, voters decided 2 city council wards.
In the 4th Ward, Glenn Costalis ran to keep his seat against David Durbin, and he won with 562 voters to Durbin's 468. KRCG 13's Garrett Bergquist has spoken to Glenn Costalis.
He joins us now live from the Cole County Courthouse.
Glenn Costalis says he's elated by tonight's results. He fended off a challenge by David Durbin to win a second term on the Jefferson City Council. A little more than 1,000 votes were cast. Costalis took home 562 of them. Costalis says he feels 4th Ward residents voted for a common sense council member. He says he will continue to prioritize infrastructure.
So we're not flushing money where we can just go spending it all over the town for nice to have things, which some of those items are very nice to have, but we need to take care of the necessities and make sure the day-to-day workers that make the city operate have the tools they need to get the job done.
So once again, 4th Ward Council member Glenn Costalis elected to a second 2-year term on the Jefferson City Council. And of course, we have many more election results coming into the newsroom, so we'll send it back to the studio. Live in Jefferson City, Garrett Bergquist, KRCG 13.
Garrett, thank you. In Jefferson City's 2nd Ward, incumbent Rick Mihalovich held on to his seat this evening, capturing 340 votes to Bud Fisher's 161.
Cole County voters overwhelmingly approved Proposition A. 79% of voters decided to extend the capital improvement sales tax for another 5 years.
In Dixon, Missouri, where a criminal indictment last October led to the suspension of City Marshal Mike Plummer, voters have decided to return him to office. Plummer tonight defeated Gary Brankel, the interim incumbent who had replaced him, along with Scott Jones and Charlie McPeak. Now, the state has stripped Plummer of his peace officer's license, so watch this story. There's more to come.
And now, your KRCG 13 Weather Authority First Weather.
Well, clouds have been around here through your evening hours. It's still dry outside, but we do have some showers and thunderstorms greeting areas in northwest Missouri. And these showers will continue to fill in and make an impact on us as we head towards the morning tomorrow. As far as severe weather, not anticipating severe weather in our area. In fact, some strong thunderstorms only anticipated for northwest Missouri. Just some general thunderstorms anticipated here early tomorrow morning. Temperatures still pretty mild here at 10 o'clock, upper 50s to low 60s, 59 right now in Jefferson City. And we'll continue to stay dry for a couple more hours, but around sunrise, we'll start to find some of those showers and a few thunderstorms greeting you at the door on your morning commute. We'll talk more on how they last, or how long they'll last into your Wednesday and your full forecast.
Very good. Thank you, Zach. Now, there were several school levy and bond issues on ballots across the area tonight.
In Columbia, voters chose to increase their operating levy by 65 cents per $100 assessed value. Today's yes vote will raise the operating tax levy ceiling of $5.14 and a total adjusted tax rate of $6.11. The money would give district employees a 5% raise and take the district out of deficit spending. Columbia Public Schools also asked voters for permission to issue $30 million in bonds, a measure that won't affect the district's tax levels. Voters overwhelmingly approved that. The money would go to build a new middle school and add on to at least one elementary school.
And in southern Boone County, voters decided a $7.5 million bond for the Boone County R1 school district. You can see it passing better than 2-1 there. The money would pay for 12 new classrooms, a new gym at the elementary school, and a new weight room at the high school. And in Fulton, voters decided a half-cent sales tax, again about a 2-1 margin of approval at 436 to 248.
Mexico schools had Proposition 3, which was rejected by voters. It was a tax levy which would have raised the assessed valuation to $3.78 per $100 assessed. The money would have gone to teachers' salaries and other operating costs. And the Mexico schools Proposition Kids, that passed. It will issue a $15 million bond. The money would go to build dedicated storm shelters at 3 of the district's 6 school buildings and other projects as well.
Marys County voters this evening voted down a proposition which would have raised the operating tax levy by $1.67 per $100 assessed value. The money would have built a new elementary school and renovate existing buildings. And in Cooper County, voters approved a bond issue of $1.9 million. That money build 2 new fire stations and allow them to buy some new fire trucks.
You, of course, can find all of these results and more on our website, krcgtv.com. A Potosi family asked for help in the search for their loved one.
More on the search for Brandon Bourbon coming up on KRCG 13 live at 10.
High temperature today, 65 degrees, the low 37. We are going to find a couple more mild days, but we are going to find the roller coaster on your temperatures continuing for a few more days. We'll talk about it